All right, let me pop out the chat here. And hello, traders. Let me know if any of you guys are out there and you can hear me and see my screen. Testing. Hey, Bill, how's it going, buddy? Life is good. Yeah, I tell you, it's not good for a lot of bulls out there. That's for sure. It's some painful action out there. But this will present some opportunity for sure. So, I think it's needed. Good, healthy pullback. Whatever we're at now. What are we at now? Probably after the lows today. The Q is probably about, I don't know, 11, 12%. I haven't even looked at it yet. Did pick up a little bit of Tesla down here. I had an alert go off on a gap fill. Small size. That's the problem. In this market, man, you almost got to play one quarter size than you normally do. Uh, I mean, if you want to try to, take a chance at something area, make first of all make sure there's a technical reason why you're doing something like that, and uh, got a little tail after it did the gap fill, so we'll see. If it rolls back over and goes to lows, I'll probably be out, even though it's a one quarter position. Uh, oh, forgot to buy it in my brokerage account. That's okay. I've gotten to where my China stocks, I'm not even putting them in here because of the gaps. And I don't know. It just seems like I trade a lot better if they're not on my screen. In other words, I just put in price alerts. And if I'm looking at them, I'm going to do something stupid like take profits when I shouldn't or get out when I shouldn't. But it's a little bit different market over there. But anyway, we'll see if this bounce is going to account for anything. Just to tell you, ones I'm in is Tuya. Been in for a couple of days. Finally, I thought it was going to get the move yesterday. Finally got its move out of the gates today. It was on my list. Anybody that gets my list and watches my video. And Lee was the big call today, but it's pulled back here. But I did buy some of it as well at the number. What was the number? 2842. All right. Anyone else out there? Is it just me and you, Bill? I haven't heard from anybody else. Maybe, well, a lot of people are probably licking their wounds. I know how a market like this can hurt. If you don't adjust, if you haven't traded, a bull market, just when you think it's going to bounce, a lot of times it gets slapped and rolled back over. So not a lot of positions right here. I did buy this BTAI this morning. I just kind of liked it on the daily there, going to highs here. Farm I've been in for about, I'll tell you exactly. I bought it back on this day right here off the 20 period moving average. This is one. If it does break above this 276, I'll probably add. Farm Brothers been around for a long time. It just seems like they may be trying to find a bottom. Put on the weekly real quick. Hey, Net Trade, how are you? And who knows? They tried it back over here and failed, but I can say it's been around for a long time. See it in the stores. And let me go back onto the daily chart there. Good, man. Yeah, keep the powder dry. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get my screen over here so I can manage anything that I just bought. Like I said, I just bought a little bit of Tesla. I'm finally getting the gap fill, but I will stop out and let me go ahead and put alert back in there if there's not one. I think I had one in there. Yeah, if it rolls back over and goes to lows. This market look at that market. Look like it was going to bounce, put in a bottoming tail, and then rolling back over, trying to. This is where you gotta be patient. Let me see what else I'm in. Just give you guys. I'm in. Oh yeah, this one was on the list yesterday, and this one right here. And I mean, I actually bought it on a pullback. I was in it, got stopped out quick. Then I bought it because I've seen these China stocks. They'll dip down on you. Now, if it goes back, through this level here, I gotta get out. TCOM, I've been in for a while. Uh, uh, Bought it back on this weakness because I didn't think the earnings were that bad. And if China's going to go, this one I think is eventually going to catch up with them. What else am I in? That's it. Not a whole lot. Probably got 1/10, or no, I'd say with my China stocks, about 20% of my account invested. But most of it's China. That's what's performing. I think so. There's few of my on the list today that you got to keep an eye on is EDU. If it can break out of this, used to be a high flyer. The last earnings weren't that good, but if this thing can get back above this 20 period moving average, you could be, and it'd be taking out kind of a range there, getting to that gap. One to watch out for. I don't know what's going wrong with YUMC. Just can't seem to get going. I mean, it looks good, just can't go. And Baidu, got to keep an eye on Baidu. Uh, Tough one to trade. A lot of these China stocks are a tough one to trade. It seemed like there was one. Oh yeah, PDD. PDD, if it can get above, these two highs over here, really hasn't done anything. And if that Tesla wants to roll back over, I'll just cut it, even though it's 1/4 of the size. I don't care. If it takes out lows, I can always try again later. But you're not out here. You're over there. Where would there be? I'm sure it's just something I said. I just probably forgot what I said. Ah, there you go. How's it going? That's true. And Apple's doing its thing, holding up, trying to hold up the market. It's just crazy how this thing trades. It'll hold it up, and then all of a sudden the market will start rallying, and this one will get weak. It's just a bizarre stock lately. I don't. I guess it's a safety play. I don't know why. I mean, they can lose money too. It's still technology. I mean, if technology is getting crushed, you'd think Apple would get crushed too. But very strange. See this all the time. Damn, this market's going to roll back over. I hope it doesn't start affecting my China stocks, but I guess it could. Put alert if this Lee breaks down through that 10-day moving average. Hey Edwin, how are you? I'm doing good. I mean, I've been better, but I mean, this market kind of gets on can stress a man out for sure. But it's a good time to be light or to be in 100% cash. Okay, silver just went to lows. Made some money on this SSRM the other day, and I just usually scalp my silver. Silver stocks. SLV, let's see if it can put that price alert right there. It comes down here to the 10-period moving average. What's gold doing today? There's no safety. The gold's holding up. Gold is basically flat, even though the intraday chart looks like crap. It's still slightly up on the day. Silver is one of the few decent looking charts out there. So if I get a sell off down to here, I may take a chance. If it comes down to that 29.10 level. Extremely oversold. One of my biggest fears, is missing a rally, and that's why I like to take a chance and maybe buy small, portions of things that have been beaten up that may have some faith in, especially some of these big boys, because you've seen them. Amazon, down here just getting crushed. You find a level. Now, if you look right here, this is what I like to do: is you find a level, and it looks like it's trying to get through that level. And if it does, you go down to the next level. And also, sometimes I'll go down to trend lines. Trend lines can be very powerful. So maybe just draw you a trend line and then set a alert. I'll pull this one down since it's nowhere near that. Set an alert, see if it matches up with any support resistance, and this does. So could be a big drop of the 13 points. Not to say it's going to get there. That's why a lot of times I will nibble on some stuff early. I mean, Tesla's getting to a point where it is. I don't have done any Fibonacci's on out there, but let's see, high 486 and down to 250, 250, and that's what I was talking about. You do have uh, a gap fill right there on Tesla, and the reason I took a quarter position on that one. But if it doesn't hold, I'll get out of that quarter pretty quick. And you can see some. This ED was on my list today. It's one of those stocks that goes up a lot of times when the market gets hit. So is a lot of your consumer staples, KMB with a beautiful move today. The problem with these things is you know, a great safety plays, but when the market gets a big rally, these things will get crushed. But core, that core looks pretty interesting. It's a nice, potentially kind of a almost a cup and handle there. Put alert. But good night. These uh look at that hood. Let me see what we got here. Nope, it's through that level now. So you basically got to find, maybe there's a trend in here we can find. This will keep you out of trading a lot of times if if you not a short seller and you like to look for longs, do some homework, set some trend lines and then come through and set a price alert uh, around that area where it might hit that trend. Trend lines are very powerful. Oh, okay. I got you, David. Now, what I'd love to see in this Tesla is, let me see if it technically got, I'd like to get the close on this day. Close on this day was 251.44. The low today was 250. So it got it. It definitely got its gap fill. Now, what I would like to see if the market continues to get weak is this not go back to lows. In other words, it just kind of goes sideways. May give me some conviction maybe to buy another quarter, if it goes through its 10 period moving average. Uh no, you have the pretty much the same thing I do. I don't do VWAP. I just do the 10 and the 130, Edwin. Just not a I've never been a big VWAP guy. Nothing wrong with it. It just uh I much prefer the 10 SMA. Oh, XLF is ugly. And just a week ago, it was hitting all-time highs. It's just it gets messy for me. I don't know. It may affect my uh, conviction on the 10 SMA. In other words, if I'm looking at, let's just pick one out. Let's talk about Tesla here. And let's say I'm looking at Tesla and I'm thinking, and you're talking about day trading, so I'm gonna do the same. So let's say I bought some down here off this gap fill in Tesla, and I'm maybe looking to add if it gets above the 10 period moving average. Well, if I see uh, a VWAP that's maybe above, maybe around 260, I may say, geez, it got through the 10, but I don't. I'm gonna wait for it to get to the VWAP too. In other words, I'd rather just have one indicator that I'm going off of. I mean, there's nothing wrong, whatever floats your boat, so they say. But um, for me, I just don't want to be too confused. In other words, I just basically want one indicator to play off, and I keep it simple, basically for me. You're welcome. You're welcome. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with. I know a lot of people that do. And a lot of traders would never, take a chance like on something like Tesla. I mean, let's face it. I mean, unless you're playing the consumer staples and the safety plays, you're probably not looking at any, tech stocks. But I think if you have a reason on the daily to enter one, especially for a swing trader, you can get a nice, a nice entry on something like this, and where a lot of people would not even trade it, probably till it's back above at least the 10 period moving average, maybe even 300, which is fine. But I like to get a small position. That way, if I am right, and I did kind of pick a bottom of a move, not a bottom of a stock. There's difference bottom fishing. Okay, there's bottom fishing where you have Armageddon stocks like Tesla back over here. That's bottom fishing. Well, if you did well. But uh, for me, this is just finding a technical. Because let's face it, let's put the weekly up. So then you got to ask yourself. I mean, it's really not. You're kind of in a upward trend since going back to this time last year. Okay, the trend is higher, and you've had a nice pullback to a level of interest. So I do like to take chances on things like that. But the key is a lot of people, they won't get out. If you're wrong. Uh, for me, if it rolls over, I'll probably give it a little bit, maybe to 250, because like I said, I only have a quarter position. But uh, for swing trading, I love to catch an area like that, technical area, and get my initial position. Because then, you know, you can always add when everybody else is making their first position. The market's trying to get a little bounce here. Now, if That's been the strong one. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't see anything there. I did buy a little bit of Amazon. This may be a day trade, but I'm looking. I mean, this would be a nice little bar reversal right here. And I'm going to go and put a stop in right now at Lowe's. So don't even have to think about it. Just an oversold day trade. All right, sorry about that. Okay, he's beating up Nano Nukes. PLTR is actually positive on the day, but still has a mess of stuff right here. But definitely he's been holding that 80 level. So you do have a nice support right here. Definitely been defending this. Let's call it the 79. But absolutely in no man's land. See if Tesla can get through the 10, or is it going to get slapped back down? The Nano Nukes, I can just put them in here for you. The ones I follow are not. You got Oklo, uh, NNE, and I'm probably missing some. I'm going to give you the big four, or the big three, actually. Let's see. IONQ's a quant computer. Man, I don't know about. I think these are the big three. I know. Uh, I don't. I think if you venture any far from them, you're gonna be playing some really obscure stuff. But SMR, it's like it had earnings. You can see the day after earnings was pretty strong. I'm just, once again, I go back. It broke this level, which was huge, and now I mean, I guess you can look. Uh, right there was a little gap fill. It looks like it already I mean, maybe you have some congestion back over here. Let me just go ahead and pull this out so you can see it. Yeah, I mean, you can throw something in. It's below its 200. It's really broken a lot of technicals. Maybe this area right here, we'd call that a pivot line. So maybe put your price alert around, 1340 area and look for it to hold. But yeah, these things are definitely, they're broken now. They're on the other side of the mountain, we say. And what that means is here's your mountain top. Okay, now you're on the other side. So, man, anything I do with something like these, it's going to be a day trade. Maybe look for this is a level where you may find Oklo coming down to. Okay, let's see. The Qs are trying to dig out. Now, let me tell you the Qs and one another reason why I felt uh, inclined. Well, I don't have to do that. I can just change. I felt inclined to maybe buy some tech stocks, i.e., Tesla and Amazon. Is uh, so you don't just have to look at the stocks. You can look at the Qs, and if you look at the Qs here, and I draw a line right here, you're going to see. Let me just do it this way. Let's look at the low here, and you're going to see some congestion here, some congestion here, some congestion there. So kind of, and I think let's take a look. I don't know if it got that trend or not, but looky here, guys. Quit messing around with me. So close enough. Put a little tail through it and then bounce back up. But I don't know if this is going to hold. But and not only that, you had let's call it 540, 541, all the way down to 478. 11%, almost 11.5%. So we are definitely oversold. Does it mean we have to bounce? No, it doesn't. But looking at the technicals and factoring in how much we're oversold, and let's see, Tesla's trying to push through that level. Amazon got a way to go. Let me just go ahead and mark it with the price alert so I can see what it does when it gets there. In Amazon, you basically have gone from 242 to 192. I'll let you guys figure that out. It's Tuya looking good for, I mean, for some more movement. All right, Tesla is definitely clear through its. Oh, I would love to get a big old face ripping rally. I like this right here. I'm going to buy some of this SSRM. They had really good earnings the other day. Silver gets to bouncing. I was in it and sold it much higher, so now I'm going to re-enter. All right. You know what? All the times I was been in these webinars and the market tanks on me, it'd be nice to see a good old face ripping rally kick in. I better mark that one. I'll forget about it. And I'm intentionally doing this. I'm telling you, I've noticed myself, trading a lot better if I'm not putting stocks on my block. In other words, I just use price alerts, so I'm not tempted to sit there and stare at the P&L and take profits too quick. All right, don't fail me, market. Let's go ahead and put a price alert in my entry. Bill, you put in SMR. Let's see. Did I not put SMR in there? Yes. I mean, yeah, a lot. Anything that's beaten up, if we do get a bounce in the market, could have a decent move. These are kind of areas that scare the heck out of me with all the selling we've been seeing. So you'd like to see these cues get through. Not only the 10-period moving average, I'd like to see it get through this level right here, because anywhere in here is where the sellers can come back in and just start pounding this market. I call it a prairie dog sticking his head out of its hole, man, and somebody with a mallet just waiting for it. Google went positive. See the strong sectors here. Oil is definitely the leader today. I just I'll day trade them, but boy, I sure hate holding oil and gold, overnight. And Amazon hitting its 10 period. Just go through it there, buddy. Now, because this is a day trade, I bought pretty good size, so if it can't get through, I may cut half. I mean, it would have to get up and close back above its 200 for me to, which it could. I mean, if the same wants to go back to highs, yeah, I'll hold some then, but Apple continuing to be strong. Nvidia with announced bounce back, trying to go positive. Attaboy, Tesla. Oh, come on now. Let's get going. Attaboy, Amazon. Yeah, we could see a I could also see Tesla ending up as in a doji right here. Farm. What's that? It goes from There's that core. This is that area I was talking about that I'm a little bit skeptical about. As you can see, the cues got up here to this level and put in a little topping tail. A lot of times when these stocks start to rallying though, if it's a real rally, they're not gonna back up too much and give people a chance, man. They'll just I could definitely see this closing like that. I'm gonna take half of that Amazon off with a stop if it breaks 50. So basically just locking in some gains because like I said, this was day trading size. So if it comes down and breaks to 195.50, I'll just scalp, and I'd love it if it doesn't even come down, doesn't give people a chance, and just keeps rallying. But in a bear market, I'm quick to take scalps to the long side. Yeah, yeah, typically, a lot of times in this volatile market, Edwin, you're correct. Uh, Typically, most of your action happens in the first 3 hours of the day, but you are definitely correct in this volatile market, man. It gets pretty nasty. The last I'm not sure what time frame you're on, but last hour. If this market rolls back over, it's going to be very disheartening for the bulls. I like the price action I'm seeing here, though. Even though the cues are trying to stall. Gosh, people, I have to cut you guys off. Silence that stream. Just put a price alert in here so I'll know if I got stopped, so I can check and make sure. Hood alert. That's what you'd like to see. Don't back up and let people get in. And let's see what the Tesla boy's doing. It's doing the same kind of action. Yep. Now, if silver can get, I will add to this, but it's not doing a whole lot. That's nice. One of the things I'm doing lately, like for like day trades, instead of like, oh, you know, boom, I got some nice profits. I'm gonna take half off. Instead of just going in and like taking half off, I use a stop order just a little bit below, just kind of like what I did there in Amazon. That prevents me from just going. So many people would just pull it up. Oh man, nice gains, boom, and sell half. Uh, for me, I find it better, like I'm saying, it just to put uh, a stop, even if it's 20 cents lower. And if it's going to keep going like this, I mean, why take half when you could just put a stop? You got a great price. A 20 or 30 cents is not gonna hurt you. So just by putting a stop versus just banging out half, I can get a lot more out of it. Okay, man, this will be nice. I mean, Tesla's not far from potentially going positive. Check out the small caps. Now, what I can do here in this Amazon is definitely, if I want to, raise that up. So we got through this level right here. So I can put it, if it breaks, 196. So instead of just banging it out right here, I can just take that. Remember, I'm taking half off, so it's not like I'm selling the whole position. So what I'll do, just go and adjust my stop to, if it breaks that 196, I'll bang out half. Bye, Edwin. Yeah, you do the same. Yeah, boy, time flew. Had a little rally and time flew fast. Okay, probably going to get me for half. But remember, we've been seeing bear market action for a while now, and it can come back really quick. So, and there's your big wick in the cues. And there is my stop probably if it breaks. Got it. And I still got half if it wants to continue to go. Let's see, Tesla. Yep, it can come back. Look at these wicks. I mean, it's just brutal. That's why you got to bang out some of this stuff. Look at Amazon already went down and broke the 195. Crazy, man. Just crazy. That is why you take profits quick. It's not like a all right, guys. Keep listen. These things can reverse fast, and you just saw there in the cues, and you gotta. Uh, we can dig in here, but man, these sellers come back and just start pounding this market again. I do not want to sit through that so quick, especially in the day trades. Tesla's a little bit different story. Smaller size, looking for an entry for a swing potential. So I'll let that one move, wiggle and jiggle. But when I had size like in this Amazon, I'm going to at least take half off real quick. Bill, you have a good weekend too. Uh, keep it tight out there, guys. Small size, and you guys have a great one. Yeah, you too, Net Trade. You do the same. Have a great one, guys. Bye bye.